Black Cat Lounge is sponsored by Beacon, a home for those who have a passion for filmmaking and the unusual. The Haunted Hiddensdale House. Those who walk there do not walk alone. Paraware, apparel for the action-seeking paranormal investigator. Dragonfly art and soul for all of your magical, metaphysical, and spiritual needs. Mystery Control, your go-to feed for science, magic, true crime, the paranormal, and so much more. Niagara, one of the top rated destinations in Western New York. The Black Cat Lounge is part of the Paraflix Entertainment Network. Tim Shaw here. Thank you for being here tonight. I am so thrilled that you are here. You know why? Other people don't appreciate you. I appreciate you. Remember that. Someday, when you're down and out, maybe you might even be like hanging out in the gutter. I don't know. Some people like to do that. But understand, you have your cheerleader here, and I appreciate you. Tonight, we have a great show. Oh, my God. We have one of my most favorite guests on. Favorite guest. Before we bring her out, I just want to let everybody know that I was at the Erie Metaphysical Expo this weekend held in Erie, Pennsylvania. It was a lot of fun. And you know what? I got a chance. I can't believe it. 30-some years ago. Now, you guys know that I did children's seances and all that. But I always wanted to get into, like, the big leagues, you know. And 30-some years ago, I had this dream, and it's a crazy dream, where I kind of set the intention, and whatever it was kind of downloaded, I guess that's the best way to describe it, and showed me several steps in old school Victorian seance. Well, I ran into the woman who taught me Victorian seance here in the living. She wasn't out there. In the living, Reverend Jane. She wrote a book on, just a little spiral bound book on the way she does seance. I've taken classes with her, and it was just so wonderful to see her again. It just blew my mind. And sometimes you have to think to yourself, is it synchronicity? Is it just something that you get a chance to go and enjoy somebody's just to be with somebody? And that's the way I felt about her, Reverend Jane. And she still does seance out of her home. And she does regular circles. And I think that's just phenomenal. It's just a wonderful thing. And it really made me happy. And I got a chance to hang out with the gang, of course. And, old radio buddy, Kelly Wall from Buffalo here, an old radio buddy of mine. She was there. And, of course, Susie Wu, who put it on, she's been a friend of mine for many, many years. And we got a chance to visit with some other people and meet some other great people. And then we all went out for dinner. And it was a wonderful experience. Now, I want to go, and I don't want to bring it down a couple notches, but somebody that friends of mine within the voodoo community and the craft community, there are some people that are luminaries. And these are people who are really, these were people who are stalwarts of it. And, you guys know that I knew Raymond Buckland, and I got a chance, to talk and hang out a little bit with Lorraine Warren. And these people really made impressions upon me. Well, this is somebody, we celebrate the life. We celebrate the life of someone who was such a great influence upon a generation of practitioners and workers. And, you know, when I saw this, it broke my heart. Priestess Miriam uh, was one of the movers and shakers down in New Orleans. She was the proprietress of the, I think it was Rampart Street Voodoo Shrine. And she was so influential over so many of my friends. And, you know, I almost got a chance to meet her, but unfortunately, we ran out of time. And I was flying out, and I just, when I was down in New Orleans, our paths just did not cross, unfortunately. I never got a chance to get back down there. My friend John actually went in to meet her and had a reading, and she was just a wonderful person. Such just a light within the darkness. She was someone who really we looked up to. So sleep well there, Priestess Miriam, and I'm really happy, and hang out with some of the cool people on the other side, because that's where you know as well as I do. That's where we're all going to end up, and we just want to make sure that you're holding a place for us. But that's Priestess Miriam. And well, anyway, let's talk a little bit about our guest tonight. Are you guys ready? You know what? I am gonna tell you guys when we met. She and I met at a Paracon. I never knew her. She came over. Matter of fact, I was running to the bathroom. That's probably what it was. And all of a sudden, some people were standing somewhere, and I stopped to say hi, and this lady was with it. And then she knew my trainer, Frank, because she was a trainer. If you talk to this lady for 5 minutes, your head will explode. Well, listen, she can laugh at me all you want. Everybody can laugh at me all you want. But she's brilliant. She's absolutely brilliant. And when we talk about brilliance, we're talking about somebody who has, I'm going to call her, there's one of the best descriptions that I have of someone who I really look up to is that they're a Renaissance person, multifaceted, thirst for knowledge, to explore the world around them, to make things better than what they were. This lady is a true explorer of the paranormal world. She's a true explorer of everything that goes on. She's a developer. She is a builder of paranormal gear. And let me just because she yells at me. She yells at me because she wants this piece of gear that she custom made for me. Custom made for me. She wants it back so she can improve it, but I don't want to give it back to her because I love it so much. And this is a combination proximity pod, like a REM pod, but it also has a static electricity detector with no buzzer. And I use this for seances when I'm working. And best of all, what I love best of all, I made her sign it. There it is. And she made this for me. And I have this appreciation for people who go out of their way to develop things, to build a business, to be able to go and just push things to the limit. And this is one of her earlier pieces. Look how beautiful it is. This is an earlier piece. And now her stuff is stunning, just absolutely stunning. But you know what? She's working towards a degree in physics, and I believe it's astronomy, but she can correct me when she comes on. And guys, if you want to see something, a show that is amazing, simply amazing, you have to check out her Bridge Between Dimensions on Beacon TV streaming network. It's amazing because why? You will sit there and you will question everything that you know about paranormal and how everything works and nature and all. You will question it because why? If I question it, I know that you guys will too. So without further ado, please let me bring on someone who I really, I'm not going to lie. I really respect her so much. And really, and for her to come on my show is amazing. It always is. We always have great conversations, and we always, I guess the only way I can say it is sometimes the best way to think of it is we poke the devil a little bit, just a little bit, just to go and get people to think. So please welcome Lauren Hellekson. Good friend.
I
Lauren,
feel
how
like
I
I
love
feel
you.
like I don't even need to be here. You take it over.
Well, I mean, I have to say that, you know what? In all honesty, I remember first meeting you and thinking to myself, holy crap, right? I mean, I really was. I forget what we were even talking about.
You know
And
what's
then,
funny? I saw you, and the first thing I said to you was, "Did you eat a snack?" That's what I first said to you. I said, Did you eat?"
That's right.
And
That's
that's what
right.
it was.
That's right. Did you eat yet? Did you eat? Come on.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I mean, we're working out and with diabetes, my diabetes and all that other stuff, But
Diabetes.
I always remember that. And then I forced you to sit down with me at the old Michigan Paracon,
We
and
sat
I
down
just
and have a quick chat in 2
just
hours,
yeah,
ish, maybe 3 hours. I don't know. It was a very
yeah.
long time.
But it was amazing because I mean it was just, and I just wanted to let you know that how proud I was to know you, and and how I thought it was so great you were pushing in all these different directions and everything that you were really involved in. And I got it. Oh, and I forgot to also, guys, she's also an author. Dark Moonlight, Discovering Your World with Magic,
My
Mystery,
witchy side.
and the Paranormal. See, everybody looks at you, Lauren, as someone who is very analytical, logical, which you are. But all I'm
I
going to
got woo
say
woo.
is,
I got a woo
oh,
woo. I mean, I'm in the paranormal.
well, you listen, you are like you're more woo woo than I am, and I'm actually afraid of you. That's why I'm going to stay on your good side. Listen. I don't want no. I don't want to have like warts growing on my tongue or something. You know what I mean? I don't want any of that stuff. You're going to be sending me all this craziness. But let's talk about what's going on here. I've watched some of the stuff going that you've been posting, and I thought there was something really fascinating that you brought up about the paranormal and science and the resistance in many scientific circles
Mhm.
to anything that has anything to do with paranormal. And I know like skeptics up here, and I've interviewed skeptics, and and I don't understand. Now, we start talking about different people that we know, or different people that we worked with, and yet sometimes people will go and like they will only go as far as what science shows them. But
Mhm.
if we go back into history, we start seeing that the people on the woo-woo side actually had a better foundation on the stuff that's going on now. Like, let's face it, didn't know about frequency, didn't Wi-Fi. That's all witchcraft. So what do you think? What's your opinion on that?
So I think that we have this view of history where we do think like, oh, the woo-woo and the spiritual people, they knew better. But it wasn't that anybody knew better. It's that
Hmm.
science was just more open to
Right.
woo-woo. And
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
it still is. Science has a big, like, there's a lot of wonder that still goes into science. But because it's not the same kind of wonder from like Victorian age, because we figure out a bunch of that stuff.
Right. Oh yeah.
So the woo woo that science is interested in today won't even be considered woo woo until the future. Just like at the time, the woo woo that we consider now wasn't considered woo woo at the time. So it's not going to be woo woo until the future. So the thing that science is looking at now, 100 years from now, they'll be talking about this era of exploration and science discovery like it was witchcraft or like it was woo
Hmm.
woo. And there's that kind of slight disconnect because then you have people that do take that typically, more often than not, aren't necessarily scientists, or they're
Right.
not scientists in like a public space, that they're very much, this is what the science says and this is what it is. And then you have woo-woo people that only use science when it fits their narrative. Otherwise, they deny science all day long. So they'll be like,
Which
"Ooh,
which
physics."
I hate to say is a majority of paranormal investigators.
They'll do physics this, physics that, string theory, this, that, and the other thing, but the earth is flat kind of stuff. And it's
Hmm.
like you can't take theory of relativity and then like say the earth is flat, because like that's not how that works. You
Right.
can't pick
Right.
and choose where physics works and then where you decided that you don't like that it works there. So there's that whole thing. But there's a lot of scientists and a lot of sects of the scientific community that aren't like on social media, that wonder is so important. And you won't really find a lot of scientists that'll say that like they don't think aliens are real. You don't have a
Right.
lot of scientists that will say
Right.
that we still have a ton of stuff to discover here on Earth. And so there is, in the future, we will be talking about a lot of the things that we discovered now as woo woo of the future. It's just not woo woo right now.
Exactly. Now
And maybe paranormal will be some of that, but it won't
I
be
think it's going to
paranormal
be
anymore. Oh,
it,
man.
well, let's put it this way. Nothing is paranormal. Everything's normal. Nothing is supernatural. It's just natural. Science just has not caught up to it yet. That's the way that I always try to describe things.
Without the assumption that it's all real until science can explain it, because science can explain something, but because it's not what the paranormal likes, then
Yes.
science just hasn't caught up yet. So is
Yes.
you see where there's like that like give and take with it? It's
Mhm.
like, are there direct quote, are there things in this world that we will never truly understand? Understand. Yes, there is.
I agree. I agree
Zach Bagans
100%.
is right.
Well, what was neat is I got a chance to interview, and I got a chance to talk one on one with the late Stanton Friedman, the physicist. I mean, he was a genius, and he came to the table later, where he became more open to the possibility of aliens and a lot of telekinesis and teleportation and all that. And what I was impressed by was we may not understand everything that goes on in this life,
Mhm.
but how long have we actually been truly experimenting in order to find out who and what is going on? What is really going on? And he sat down and he said to me, he goes, he says, think about it. If the world is a glass of water, we've only been looking into
Oh
this
yeah,
maybe less than a drop. And I
not
sat
yeah.
there and went, holy crap, you're right. That's amazing. That's amazing. But yeah, that to me always kind of opens my eyes. Now, when we start talking about different uh different fields within the scientific community,
Mhm.
what do you feel is probably the most open to I'm sorry guys, but I'm
Woo
just gonna
woo,
say it. Woo woo. That's
the
exactly you.
woo woo.
See, we know each other too well. You answer my questions already.
Yeah, no, I get it. So like, there is a directly, ooh, we're gonna look into witchcraft. Not many, not woo woo
Hmm.
as woo woo states it. But I think it's a very easy question to answer in terms of what branch of science looks at things that we can't directly observe,
Right.
and that we have to use other forms of experimentation in order to even theorize about it. And it's going to be, and oh man, it's very tough when I start talking about quantum physics, because woo woo
Right.
people love to pretend like quantum physics is woo woo, and it's not.
It really
Quantum
isn't.
physics, it's not. Like, superposition and entanglement has nothing to do with your twin flames and your soulmates. It has nothing to do with human beings. It's all mathematical. It's
Right.
all math. So if you do not understand the equations that go into this, aspect of quantum physics that you want to sell people with your crystals, then you are not talking about quantum physics. You are talking about like quantum metaphysics, which is something completely outside the realm of actual physics.
Yes.
But I will say the only thing that I will like be okay with is the fact that physics, quantum physics, quantum mechanics in general deals a lot with the things that we can't directly observe. So the magic words, the spells are mathematics. It's math.
Yes. Exactly.
And yeah, and I have this specific math professor that I swear my math class next semester did not have him as a professor, and now it has him as a professor, and I'm like, did he steal this math class because I'm in it and he enjoys teaching me? Because I talk about math like it's this like mystical language, and I get like so excited during math class. So I'm like, I wonder if he just doesn't get that very often.
Oh, I'm sure he doesn't, but
because that's what it is. Math is the magical language of this science, and this mathematics 100 years from now will be the ancient, spells and castings and writings on the wall that we talk about now as being woo-woo from the past.
Right.
This is the woo-woo now. It's math. I
agree.
Teenage me is like, what the hell, girl? Because I was not like, teenage me is like, what are you talking about? What do you mean we like math? Ew. I mean,
Lauren,
math is the new magic, y'all. That's a t-shirt.
Actually, you should. You know what? For the next con we're both at, we got to have.
I'm making it right now. I got to design it. Math is the new magic. Oh my gosh.
It's perfect.
That is a t-shirt.
Perfect. It is good. And just be careful.
I'll find it on my website in like an hour.
Oh my God. Anyway, Lauren, let's talk a little bit about something that I've been working a lot with, and it's frequency, vibration, that sort of thing. Let's talk about, okay, I'm just gonna let me just, I want to get your opinion on a lot of this stuff because of the fact that I've worked with it in the past. I found great success with it, but some people, they just say no, absolutely not. This is terrible, and it's infrasound.
Doesn't sound very nice. Oh, infrasound. Oh, I love infrasound.
Well, this is what I mean, and I believe that by working with infrasound, you're able to go and stimulate the atmosphere around you rather than just sitting there and, waiting for, I don't know, somebody to pass gas or something, and catch it on your recorder. Infrasound, what is it about it? We know that animals respond to infrasound big time. We know that it's a secret language, or I'll say it's a secret language of animals. And I mean, if you've ever heard a tiger get that very low, very, very low sound, and you can almost feel it in your body, I believe that that's affecting, I won't say our DNA, that's going into a little bit too much woo-woo for me, but it's affecting the molecules in our body. We're actually receiving it. And I believe that that's something that people are not using enough of. So what's your opinion about infrasound?
So I did a video talking about the forest, and I want to say, did I touch on infrasound in the forest? How you can measure levels of like infrasound from just like the trees shifting, but probably one of the most famous documentations of infrasound that you can actively observe is going to be whales, and how that infrasound that they use to communicate And it's really great because sound, no matter what, needs to have a medium. It has to have a medium. And water is such a good medium because
Yes.
the entire thing can ripple. And the lower the sound, the farther it can travel, because those sound waves are going to be really long and really short and real stretched out. So that infrasound can go forever. And whales are such a good indication of that. Whales and earthquakes. And I don't know, I was trying to do a quick thing if molecularly, I don't know if atoms are affected by infrasound.
See, I often wondered about that because I really feel that atoms may be affected because as a medium, I'm a firm believer that we are actually working with some type of vibration. Everything is made up of atoms. Everything is. Why it would make perfect sense that we would do that.
Atoms, no, which I didn't think atoms were going to be affected by infrasound, but that does not mean. Oh, that makes sense, Lauren. That was so silly. Because I just said sounds have to have a physical medium. There's just no medium on the atomic level for sound to actually pass through. So not atomically, but I mean, our entire bodies are a medium for us to feel it. And speak of the devil himself, Frankie.
There he is.
And if we think about, now we can say, we feel it on this atomic level, to just say it as like a saying, like we feel it deep in our bones for sure. Yes. Atomically, not so much. It can't really change our atomic structure or the structure of our atoms or anything on that level, because you would like shape shift with infrasound, and that's just not how that works. But I will say that like bone, our tissue, absolutely, bones, the water in our body, our organs, all that stuff is definitely affected by sound around us.
Do you feel that some people are far more
susceptible to it?
Yeah, susceptible to it.
I would say that there are sensitivities. I also think now, this is not sound. This goes into a different realm of frequency. It goes into electromagnetic, which is light. But there are people that are more hypersensitive to electromagnetic radiation. So there's definitely going to be people that are more affected by sound, infrasound, ultrasonic sound, which is on the other end, above our human hearing. But infrasound, we feel deeply. And I think that does a lot for our fight or flight response. I think it affects our like sense of stability, like how we feel emotionally.
Yes.
Because sorry. Speaking of our other connection, Kathy Fiketic just texted me. Except she popped up on my computer. Oh, we had Frank and Kathy. We have our little connection.
We got our connection here. We're good.
Square. But yeah, I find infrasound super interesting, though.
Introducing infrasound into a active location.
Oh, I was just about to say too, it obviously affects things structurally, because a big reason why buildings will like implode if it's not a huge earthquake, when you have those just like deep rumble earthquakes, that infrasound, those vibrations can completely destroy structures.
Right.
Because infrasound is that like deep, low like vibration that is like goes to the core and can just topple buildings.
Do you think that this would be something that, now, I mean, we've done it, and not because why? We might not be all there, mentally, but we've used infrasound on investigations, and it seems to have some kind of an effect. Now, theoretically, the way that I was taught as a spiritualist, thoughts are things, things are vibratory, have frequency and nature. Uh, as I've progressed, I kind of feel that energetic personalities can be affected. And I know, especially in negative and demonic cases, they're looking for a battery, something to go and kind of fuel it. Do you think that infrasound is a tool? Let me correct that. A viable tool for paranormal investigators to go out there and do serious work rather than just going on a public hunt and walking around and just,
I think any idea can be used, but the biggest disconnect is that there is no framework attached to it. So
right.
it's as much saying like, oh, infrasound can be a cool tool, but what's the framework that you're using it within? Because I can also say going on a paranormal investigation, a serious paranormal investigation, and bringing my scissors. This is a great tool. Great tool. Fantastic tool. Cut stuff. If something's in the way, I can cut it. But it's like, what are you using the infrasound for that can be a framework that's repeatable, that makes sense, that is beyond our assumptions? Because like, I hate to break it to you, y'all, and I know I always get in trouble for this when I say things like this. Ghosts,
you can say it here. You can say it here, Lauren, because you're with the shadow people here. You're with the shadow people. Come on, say it with us.
Ghosts are assumptions. Demons are assumptions. Sentience after death is an assumption. Exactly. Any sort of life after death is an assumption. Mm-hmm. Religions are an assumption. Woo-woo is an assumption. It's all assumption-based logic.
Exactly.
So we can't say, ooh, I use infrasound in demonic possessions and it works. It's a great tool. That's an assumption. That's like me saying, if I have a really negative attachment, I'm just done. I did it. It's done. I'm no longer attached to that. But like this might work for me because it's symbolic, but this isn't going to work for maybe you. If I'm like, oh, you feel really attached and you want to let go, here, just take this. It works. But that doesn't work for everybody because it's assumption-based logic.
Anything that is belief-based. Anything that's
belief-based.
Exactly. It is not in most cases.
They don't like that though. They don't like that. God isn't because I think so. I know God's real. I know ghosts are real. I know demons are real. But I can't touch, see, feel, interact with, repeat, observe any of those things in a non-biased way. Right. So we cannot build frameworks around assumptive logic. And that's coming from somebody who wrote a book about witchcraft.
What can I say? This is why we love you. This is why we love you. You are.
I think it's sometimes why people don't like me though. And I'm sorry. And I'm not being mean.
No, but you have to be honest. My biggest problem in working with the field, working with different people within the field, is the fact that you step on too many toes when you have opinions, or I'll say educated opinions, and it goes against the belief system of so many people across the way.
I love belief, and I'll respect people's belief. But I've gone into Christian households to do cleansings, and I'll tell you what, I probably know more about the Bible than a lot of Christian people that are around here.
Yes, you do.
I built a church, y'all. I was a part of a congregation.
But this is the biggest problem because of the fact that people put on blinders. They become myopic, and they will not go and look beyond the edge of whatever's shielding them. And I think that
it's scary.
The problem is with religion, it has now become such an absolutism. It's a form of absolutism rather than being able to keep your mind open to other possibilities. Yes, there might be some kind of something ruling the earth. I don't know, whatever. But people are not getting that. People are, and we just had this discussion last night at the circle I was at. Religions need to continue. The only way that they can continue is to be in control, and not through indoctrination, through positive belief, 100% belief. Now, that's the problem that we have with it. And that's the problem I see with a lot of the paranormal investigators, because of the fact that they're coming from a Judeo-Christian belief system going into this. And then, of course, they're heavily influenced by, I shouldn't rip this apart, but because both of us are children of reality TV. We fed into the monster ourselves. And I think a problem is the fact that they see so much of this demon shit on TV and all this other crap, and it becomes a thrill factor, and it becomes something even more than that. It becomes a cash cow down the line, which feeds into not just the TV, not just the sponsorships of TV, but it also provides how many people and we know all, you and I know so many of the celebrities that have been on TV, but it becomes it becomes a business. It becomes a source of income.
Yeah. And I won't be beyond saying that, like, a part of my job, a part of the career that I want to do is heavily based on attention. I need to have attention on me. And I am fine with knowing that. And like, but there is a point where it's like, I want attention. I want people to pay attention to what I'm saying. I want people to watch my content. I want people to watch my show. Yes. I want people to look to me for things. But I think it also gets to a point where that need for attention becomes so tunnel visioned that there are people that will do absolutely anything, including unethical things, including like working for the enemy, including doing things that are purely hypocritical, like immensely. Yes. And it's because the internet and social media has such a short attention span.
Yes.
That everybody gets away with it. And if people were to make their content and make their work and make their, things that they do online about, in their mind, okay, let's post this like I can't dirty delete it. Let's post this like I didn't say the complete opposite 6 months ago, unless I'm saying, hey, I said the opposite 6 months ago. Here, I've changed my mind. Like,
exactly.
And you just don't see that. You see people that are like, ooh, I think this is evil. And then 6 months later, they're like, ooh, I have this demonic doll and it's my best friend. Or like, I love preservation and we should save small businesses. Ooh, I'm going to work for U.S. Ghost Adventures.
Yes.
And you have this like dichotomy of just behavior, and it turns into an addiction. And then you end up with these people that every video is more dramatic than the last. Everything that they do is more just extreme.
It's sensationalism. It is. It's a lot of sensationalism. And you know what? And it's a double-edged sword, because everything is good and everything is bad. It's up to the person to go and make that decision for themselves. And the problem is that too many people want to be pablum fed by society and not have to think. And that is something that just drives me insane. But anyway, let's listen, because you and I could talk about this for 6 hours.
Oh my gosh, I know. It would turn into the whole entire show. Let's just complain about everything.
And I'm just going to warn everybody. If you ever go to dinner with Lauren and I when we're at an event,
good luck not spending 4 hours.
Sit at another table, whatever, sit a couple seats away from us, because you will never get a word in edgewise with the two of us. Hey, let's talk about those wonderful, in the great words of the Joker, those wonderful toys that you make. And again, let me just showcase one of my favorite pieces. And right now, in the words of Lauren, this is an antique. And
yes,
it is proximity pod. I
it's
love
like
this.
It's like the messy picture that you make in elementary school that your mom won't take off the refrigerator.
Well, listen, I'm gonna tell you what.
Don't get me wrong. It is beautiful though. It's beautiful.
I love this. I love this
Yeah.
piece, and again, it is something because she issued a challenge.
Oh,
She
God,
issued a
make it so
challenge,
much better now, though.
and she went and she said, "I'm looking for a challenge." And I wrote to her. I said, "Well, this is what I'm looking for. Challenge accepted." And I have this beautiful piece that I use for seance. But let's talk a little bit about your latest. Well, you have a bunch. Let me read some of the stuff off. Chris, you got the crystal pods. You've got the sound resonant pucks. You have the Seer 3, which is a static sensing pod, which I do need. And you have the microwave motion sensor, the Nova. And let's talk about your latest creation, Madam Frankenstein. Let's talk about, you tell everybody about this little baby.
This is so into left field. It's not even funny. That was still in the design stage, but it essentially, you know what? When I left like a minute ago while you were doing the intro, it's because I was going to look for it and I can't find it. I was going to show it to you.
This is why I found a picture of it, because I know better.
Yeah. And because I just had it at HillCon, and Chris Baird, who is a content creator, he'll be posting a video because we got some cool stuff with it.
Awesome.
But it is the orthograph. And if when it's funny that I just said, like, some people will post stuff and 6 months ago you'll look and they said the opposite thing. I had to actively be like, I said before, I would never make, I'm like freezing, aren't I?
A little bit. Don't worry. We're good. We're good.
I said before, I would never make a retail communication piece.
I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I absolutely admitted it. And filming A Bridge Between Dimensions really shifted. Joanne, yes, that's one that you watched me test. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Really shifted how I feel about access to different tools.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as I can introduce something with a framework that makes sense, and even if it's based on assumptive logic, I can still make a tool for the paranormal community that allows people to explore how they want to explore. And because also accessibility for people being able to build stuff isn't there for everybody. Not everybody, can sit down and be hyper ADHD and learn C+, coding language. And I
You're
do,
my
and
hero, Lauren.
well, I have to learn it for school anyway. So it was a good project learning different coding languages, because I'm going to have to learn it for school anyway. So it was something that was already going to be on my plate. And so this is inspired by the bridge, which is a piece of equipment that I built just for my own like exploration of it. And it was, I'm going to say this, it's going to be kind of a long-ish, because I really, really want this explanation to be full. The bridge is a piece of equipment that I had built that looked at the ideas that paranormal investigators had when it came to radio waves specifically.
Correct, right.
Especially when it came to things like SB7, ITC, things like that. So what the bridge is essentially a digital two-way radio, well, one-way radio. So it was a radio transmitter with a receiver and a transmitter. And I could send a message via binary or just regular English across this bridge of radio waves from the transmitter to the receiver on a like locked line, so that nothing could really infiltrate it. rapidly multiple times, up to 1,000 times if I wanted to. I think I set it for 3,000 one time when I just wanted it to go. And it looked at the potential, like the potential ideas of sentience, spirits, whatever, what have you, going into those radio waves and changing around the information, whether it's changing it to make a new word, make a new sentence, or even just to glitch it, just interacting with these radio waves to affect the information that I'm sending along it rapidly. So it was this sort of like control experiment where I was looking at how radio waves could be something. In addition, and mind you, the messages in the radio waves have still never, ever been changed. Not once have they been skewed, have they been switched around, not once. So that research is still ongoing, has never done anything. So in addition to it, I added an onboard digital spirit board that added a little bit of chaos, a little bit of randomness to it, that it was like a word generator, but without any sort of like, an Ovilus uses electromagnetic radiation into the two antennas. That's how it turns out the words.
Right.
This was just purely based on just randomness. And it had no words. It only had A through Z and 0 to 9, like a spirit board. It did have yes, no, hello, goodbye as well. This one, the orthograph does not. And so we would get like really cool interactions with the onboard spirit board. Is that paranormal? Perhaps. But it never used the controlled framework that the bridge was based on. So it was more like random paranormal. I could not say why that was happening. It was just another unknown. I would turn it on while I was talking with my sister, and the digital spirit board would say like Dee Dee. And that was my sister's nickname when we were growing up. That's what I called her. My sister's name is Jennifer. So it's not like a common thing to come up. And I snapped a picture of it, and there's a timestamp and all this other stuff. So like, again, I just end up coming up with these things that you cannot explain, that hold no framework. There is no explanation for at all whatsoever. Whatever, cool enough that there's a 6-episode series on Beacon TV, season 1, maybe a season 2. Go watch it.
No, there's going to be no maybe. Even if I have to go and I have to call.
We're planning out season 2.
Don't make me call Shane Pittman. Don't make me call. I will.
We're working out like me and the creator and director, Anthony Leiser, who owns Lights Camera Ascension, filmed it, edited it, directed it. He was the magic man. He's actually now editing Cursed Waters for Beacon TV. So incredibly talented individual that I got to work with on this.
That's awesome.
And it was all his idea to just start following me around with a camera. And then he was like, wait a minute, I just thought this was going to be like an hour-long documentary about like how you build crystal pods, but there is way more here. And he ended up, he says, I changed how he looks at the paranormal forever. But like, we ended up really playing off each other a lot. And I became so much more open to like weird stuff, like more than usual. And, you know, Gina,
now you're scaring me.
Anthony's, he's incredible. No, he's amazing. And he's worked on a lot of really cool projects. And so now he's doing, he's getting a lot of the accolades that he's deserved for a very long time. So
now, before you go on, let's do some business. Let's talk about how people can get a hold of you, because if you guys,
oh my gosh, because we're 49 minutes in, holy shit.
Well, yeah, let people. We got to make sure that we go, and I want people to get onto your website. You have first of all, you got some great information on there that is amazing, and everybody should read this. You know, your little paper that you posted. Method? Yeah, it's amazing.
Yep, that's on there.
So this is where you can find it. Tell everybody about what's going on, where you're going to be, what is going to happen in the world of Lauren?
I'm going to be in class next week. So
I know you are. And that's why I'm so thankful that you decided to, that you took the time out of your downtime before you have to go and you have to like study again. You
I
have to
shall
be
be in.
studious.
I will say I will be in class. So, hey, if you want to get a hold of me, I will be at home waiting for your emails. The orthograph, which I am going to go into a little bit of the orthograph before, but it is all on there. The orthograph is based on the bridge with more of a framework to it. It uses temperature and air pressure shifts in order to pick out these letters. And there's an incredible live on my Facebook of me literally gasping, hand over mouth, and like getting up and leaving the room because of how this thing just decided to, completely blow my own mind. It was crazy. And then we had it at
awesome.
HillCon, and same thing, 2 different occasions, 2 different rooms. We had names partially, like very relevant names, like partially spelled out. And it was just, I don't know. It's a very interesting piece of equipment. But
it's going to be, it's amazing. It's just amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. It's really cool. It's the only thing that I have available right now, just because it's on pre-sale still. So they pre-sale's probably going to end next week. So right now they're $500 free shipping. Pre-sale's going to end, and then they'll just be shipping after that when I put them back up for retail. But I'll be in class. The events that I do have left still, I am going to be in Gettysburg September 18th, 19th, and 20th with Amy Bruni, Becky Ann Galentine, Richard Estep, Adam Berry's going to be there. Steve Gonzalez is going to be there. Oh my gosh, I feel horrific. This amazing, wonderful author, and I am so apologetic about her name eluding me. I actually haven't met her yet, so that's probably why. So I'm very excited to meet her. And it's going to be a really, really cool event all weekend long in Gettysburg. I'm so excited. And then I am going to crash the Wraith Chasers party in October. So I'm going to go crash their party at Ashmore Estates. I'm bringing them a little present. So I'm going to meet them at Ashmore Estates. So I will be hanging out with them there. And that's like it. And then I'm done for the season pretty much, because I will be taking 3 physics classes and a math class.
You'll be insane for a while, and then you'll be back to normal again. And we'll all hang out again soon. But anyway,
I'm not taking summer classes next.
Well,
I'm not taking summer classes.
I got a question for you.
I hope we have an answer.
I'm sure you will. All of my viewers, they all know that I only ask this question to people whom I really appreciate. It's
going to be one of these.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. And I always like to ask people this. You're dead, right? In the ground. There's a piece of granite over the top of your head, or you're shake and baked like I will be.
I want to be composted.
That's just as good. They have a memorial for you, right? Little memorial, little tag, little brass tag on a tree somewhere. Wait a minute. No. What's it going to say? What do you want written on there?
Nothing, because I don't want anybody to know. I'm going to die in secret. And then people are just going to be like, where'd Lauren go? And then that's it.
Only you, Lauren. Only you.
I don't want anybody to know that I died. I want to be composted, and that's it. And I just want people to think that I just disappeared. So no headstone, no plaque, no nothing. I just want to mysteriously just be removed from existence. No newspaper article, nothing.
Well,
just one day I'm gone.
I will know. I probably won't.
No, you'll be like, where'd she go?
But that's the best part of it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What does Gina say here?
Yeah, compost. Oh, yeah, you'll
and
know
pretty
because there
flowers
will be
come
like
up.
a fairy ring and like flowers. It's me.
Oh yeah, gotta have the fairy ring. Gotta have the
Yep.
fairy ring. One more time, I want everybody to go and check out her website. Seriously, guys, check out her
Yeah,
website.
there's a
It's
lot of
one of
stuff
the
on
greatest.
there.
It's great. It's one of those websites that really will hold your interest and it'll make you think. It really will. And I can just tell you that again, her equipment is different. It really works well. And she's look at her, she's gritting her teeth because she's seeing this, and I will not let her have
I
it
like
back.
build computers now, and that's the most like rudimentary piece I've.
Doesn't matter. I have it. It
Listen, you know
means a
what?
lot
I
to me.
appreciate that you use it and that you still love it. It's
My number one go-to.
it
It
has
really is.
survived the test of time.
It really has.
Yeah,
I've used that I don't know how
I'm
many
honored.
places.
I'm honored.
It actually got did it a table tipped and it got flown off once or twice. So
And
just to
and it
let
didn't break, did it?
it didn't. It's still there.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on a couple seconds. I want to thank you properly off the air. And I got to tell you, Lauren, this is just like too quick. And
I know.
maybe we should do like a 12-hour show or something,
Right? We need to do
It
like
should,
a special.
what it should be is Tim and Lauren go to dinner. And that's what that conversation, but we can't have anything with no spirits
It'll be like a
because
telethon though, so people can like call in and like
oh
make
my
pledges.
God. It's possible. We can do it. We can
We can
do
do
it.
it.
Thank you.
We can do
Just
it.
stay on. I'll be right back in a couple seconds. Guys, Lauren is probably I'm telling you, I absolutely love this woman. And every time we talk, I learn more and more and more. And I mean, I have been exposed to so much over the years, so many different people. And I'm blessed to know these people, but I'm blessed to know Lauren because of the fact that she really does open my eyes. I love when I get a chance to see her new creations. I absolutely love to sit down. And if you get a chance to listen to her someplace, she's doing a talk, do it. A lot, block it out. Don't go looking for crystals. Don't go be looking for readings. Go and hear her speak because it's amazing. So, guys, I just want to thank everybody for hanging out with me tonight. And what do I always say to everybody? Guys, be kind, okay? I know it's hard sometimes, but be kind. And just understand that we're all different. We're all the same. So this is Tim Shaw. I want to thank you all for being here. And what you've been listening to? Black Cat Lounge, we elite meet next to the dumpster transfer station, right? And that dumpster's on fire, guys. That's on fire. Ciao, babies. Bye-bye. Take care. See you next week.